Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michaela, and on this channel we talk about cross stitch, exclusively cross stitch this episode. Sometimes some crochet if I have like big progress on a crochet project that I'm working on. Sometimes books and TV shows, but I have not watched anything good and I haven't read any good books, so just cross stitch this time. You'll probably see my cats. I'm also in my jammies today. It's my day off, so. Oi, get down. He's in my dirty laundry, like in the basket. Bean. Bean. He doesn't listen to me, but that's fine. Anyway, let's see. I am filming this video kind of early. It's October 30th. Normally I don't film until the first day of the next month, but one of these projects is literally making me want to pull my hair out, so I need a fresh batch of everything. So I'm going to show you the 6 projects that I worked on in the month of October, and then I have 5 projects here that I'm going to show you that I want to work on in November, plus one of the ones in my October pile we're working on again in November. But I'll explain that when we get to it. I guess I can reintroduce myself in case anybody is new. Again, my name is Michaela. All my friends at work call me Mac, so I just kind of stuck. I am 27, yeah, I'll be 28 in December. I'm originally from Arkansas, but I moved to Tennessee like 5 years ago. I am engaged. I don't have my ring on. Let me get it. I took like all of my rings off last night and just haven't done anything today. So anyway, I am engaged. We are getting married in May. My fiance is currently out doing externships for school. He'll be home in December. Yay! He's been gone for, by the time he comes back, it'll be a total of 7 months he would have been gone. But he's almost home, which I get to see him over Thanksgiving, so I'm really excited about that. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I'll be 28, I'm engaged, I'm getting married. I have 2 cats. You'll probably see the younger one because he likes to talk and he loves to be in my lap. That's about it. I don't really do a whole lot of anything else except go to work and cross stitch. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy this video and we'll get into it. So the project that was literally making me lose my mind, I don't know. I'm really contemplating if I want to just put this one in timeout for a while and see. It is Japanese Garden by Dimensions. It's a gold collection. I did ask for recommendations last video on what to do about the pencil lines that I have in this Ada. This was before I found water-soluble markers. So the entire Ada is covered in a grid of pencil. I haven't tried the dish soap and soaking it just yet. I have another project over here that has pencil lines in it that I need to try that on. So we're gonna do it at the same time. But anyway, the way this one is, it's like confetti hell, essentially. And it's not like, I don't know, there's not really a clear pattern on the way the stitches go, because the way that I like to stitch is like a typewriter, and there's not really a clear way that the symbols go, at least in my brain. So I'll throw a picture of what it looked like last time. There's probably not going to be a whole lot of progress on this, but whatever. And here we are now. I really wasn't sure what I was doing. I started doing like down to the halfway mark, because I think right about here is where the halfway of the first page is. So I was like, maybe I just go down in rows like this. And then I was like, okay, well maybe if I just did like more blocks of stitching, which is why you see like browns and blacks and stuff. And I was like, okay, well maybe I don't want to do that. And I started doing the typewriter method again. And then I was parking. And this is all, I've worked on this project, today's the 30th, literally 4 days. I've switched up what I was doing on this 4 times in 4 days. But anyway, I don't know how I'm feeling about this. Maybe, this is my second oldest project. I started this in July of 2023. So maybe what I do is put this in timeout until my oldest project is finished. And then see what I want to do with this after that. So it'll probably be in timeout for a good 6 months or more. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, is just put this thing in timeout because I can't. It literally hurts my brain trying to figure out how I want to do this. So we'll see if we can get the pencil marks out of it, but you guys probably won't see this for a hot little minute. But anyway, that was one of the projects that I worked on this month. So we can put them back in the bag as I go. All the project bags you're gonna see, I made them. I got a sewing machine for Christmas last year and decided that the very first sewing project that I ever wanted to do was project bags with vinyl fronts. Not as hard as I thought it was gonna be, so. Anyway, let's see if I can adjust this light. It's kind of dark over here. Maybe that's better. Anyway, next project is for my friend Andrew. I originally started this on a piece of Ada, and I'll show you the start that I had. I did restart it this month. So this was the original start that I had on this. This was like 2 days worth of work. And I did some of the back stitching on the original piece of Ada I started it on, and the back stitching was fractional back stitch, which I'd never done before, but also was like nearly impossible to do on Ada. So I restarted this on a 28 count piece of fabric. Here's what it's gonna look like in the end. So you've got the books that I have Sauron. He told me what this is called. It's the sword. I don't know. You've got Hobbit hole, and there's like the ring over here and all that. But anyway, this is on a piece of 28 count Spellbound by Forbidden Fiber Co. And this is where we are now. I literally can't see over this. Anyway, this was a lot of fun. Once I got to the Hobbit house, it was a lot of fun to work on. But these books were ridiculous. It was like never ending block stitches. Let me see if I can fold this in a way and bring it a little closer. The back stitching in the pattern, if you guys do decide to stitch this, the back stitching in the pattern calls for 2 strands. I recommend not to do that because it looks very bulky and you won't be able to tell what it is. So I originally backstitched this book as called for in the pattern with the 2 strands, and I ended up pulling it out and redoing it with 1. So I thought it looked better. Hi, baby. What's wrong? He's being vocal. But anyway, I'll turn it. I did it all, the rest of them, 1 strand, and I think I'm gonna do the rest of the pattern 1 strand as well, because to me it just looks neater and it's a bit easier to do. So, what? What's wrong? Look, baby. Like I say, vocal little mans. But anyway, it was fun. Like the back stitching wasn't as tedious as I thought. It was a really backstitch heavy month based on this project and the one that I'm about to show you. It was like backstitch was never ending, so. It'll be nice to, I don't know, have something where I don't have to backstitch all the time. This project bag is just a mismatch of all kinds of fabric that I had. So this next one, I'm literally so proud of this. This is my oldest project. I started this in April of 2023. This is what it is. It is Winter Cabin by Dimensions. It's a gold collection. I'll put a picture of what it looked like before. I can officially say I am 100% done with the first page, backstitching included. This backstitch, I worked on the backstitch, no lie, for like 2 days. Full 2 days on this. And then I forgot to add French knots in over here, but it is so beautiful. So we are finally done with the first page. I'll bring it closer so you guys. I will add in the French knots over here before I move on to the second page, but this was, oh, I'm so happy. I'm dumping everything out of this project bag. So I had said some time ago that I was going to work on this project every single month until I was done with it, and I think I'm still going to continue with that trend. It just makes the most sense. I've made a significant amount of progress on this year. Let me see if because I think I was looking at pictures of it yesterday or the day before yesterday. In December, I was like at the very tip of these antlers. So I've added in like a big chunk of this since December. And I think I've only worked on this maybe 4 or 5 times this year. So yeah, but I think the next section of this pattern over here is very backstitch heavy. So I think I'm going to do the backstitching as I go this time around instead of waiting until it's finished, because that sucked so bad. Just want you guys to soak it in again. Isn't it so good? I love it. So, you'll see this again in my plans for next month. This next one, I said I needed it to be done this month so that I could get it sent to the framers. This is from Wildlife Sampler number 3 by Country Cross Stitch. It is these bob white quill right here. This is originally from 1979, I think. But anyway, I stitched these quail 3 separate times. When my mom and my aunts were young, my great-grandfather used to raise quail and sell, like, he would sell the eggs and the quail itself. And he passed away in 2002. So I decided to stitch this for them for Christmas. And I finished all 3 of them finally. I need to go back through and get out the water-soluble marker in the center, but let me fold this up and bring one of them in so you can see the back stitching a little bit better. Again, a real backstitch heavy month for me. So I finished out, I put my initials in the year and then my grandfather's name, the year he was born, and the year that he died. So I'm gonna take these to framer and put them in, I think like some oval shaped frames would be nice. This fabric is, what is this? 32 count macchiato from Stitch Me. So very happy with that. I don't know what number finish this is for the year, but it's up there. Like I'm in the teens, I think. I finished like probably 14-ish projects maybe, but I'll get a full count at the end of the year. So these are going to the framers as soon as possible. The next project I worked on was from Cottage Garden Samplings. It is from their Fabulous House series. It is the castle. And it's really hard to see on this fabric. This is 20 count Lunar from Stitch Me. I brought down some of the white. Is it on this side? It is on this side. On this side. And then I filled in the second part of the roof and started in on like the meat and potatoes of the castle here. So I'm gonna have like the entire bottom half of this fabric left. So I can probably stitch something else on here too, but hopefully there's a before and after picture for you guys. I'm doing this as called for, like everything with the weeks and the classic color works that it calls for. But there we go. A little bit of progress on that. I'd love to see it. Dude, I'm hungry. I should have ate before I did this. Oh well. I'll just have some pizza. Missy Bean, what are you doing? It's over there. Missy Bean. Hi, baby. Can you not walk on my cross stitch, please? Oi, what are you doing? Can I hold him? Can I hold? Oh, my little boy. My little boy. Mwah. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? What are you doing? Yeah? What do you say? Oh, he wants loves. He wants pets. Say hi, Beanie. Bean was literally like 2 pounds when Ash and I brought him home. Like, he would fit in my hoodie pockets. And now he's just a tall, lanky boy. The last project I worked on this month is the Haunted Mansion Stitch Along from 2018 by Tiny Modernist. That's what it'll look like when it's done. This is stitched on, what is this, 18 count resolution from Forbidden Fiber Co. And there's probably a before picture, but my goal for this month was to fill in Count Dracula and the Witch, and I managed to do that. I was gonna work on the framework for the next 2 rooms, but I decided to add like some of the stuff on the outside. So we got that done. For a hot second, I was trying to figure out what this was. Like, I was like, what is this? It's a mouse, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's a mouse. But the little black cat is so cute. So I think next rotation on this, I'm gonna work on more of the like outside stuff. So the bats and the trees and this stuff down here before I do the next rooms. But yeah. This one's up for a while. We'll see when I work on it again. It was fun. Again, a lot of backstitch. This was a big backstitch month for me. And I don't really like backstitch like that. I did switch out some of the colors on this one. It calls for DMC 553, and I did a Roxy Flosco. It's called Prince Charming. The orange in the Big Moon is supposed to be DMC 740, and it is Under the Wire. I don't remember where I used this. I don't think I did. Maybe I didn't. Anyway, this was supposed to be DMC 828, and it's Atlantic. And then the dark blue up here in this house is supposed to be 3768, and it's See for Yourself by Roxy Flosco. So, my craft store was out when I wanted to start this, and I refused to order it online, so I was like, let me just see what I have in stash, and then that's what we are working with. So that was all the projects I worked on this month. I'm tired. For next month, I just kind of went through my pile of whips and was like, what have I not worked on in a little bit, and picked out some. So, as I said, we are going to work on Winter Cabin by Dimensions again. I'm going to put the French knots in above the cabin that I forgot, and we'll see how far we get on the second half of this project. I have a feeling there's going to be a page line, but I don't care. So we'll see how far we get on that. I don't really have a set goal on how far I want to get. But the first, like the top half of the second page is a lot of half stitches, so I think it'll be pretty quick. Alright, the next project that I want to work on, I think this one is gonna be, either my first or second project that I work on. I think it might be my first. me pull it out for you. This is Playful Snowman Ornaments. It's a Dimensions Gold Collection. I have so many Dimensions Gold Collection projects. But the one that I started was this one. So the one with the fire and the marshmallow. I think I started this in, when did I start? July maybe? And I think I worked on it for a full 5 days. But anyway, that's where I got on that one. I'm hoping to finish this ornament completely with the backstitch included. That's my goal for November. Once these are all done, I am gonna make them into for real ornaments and give them to my mom, but it probably won't be for another 100 Christmases, so she just gonna have to wait. But this one is very fun. I normally don't start a Dimensions project in the center, but I did start these. I'm gonna end up starting all of these in the center just because they're not perfectly square. So it's been fun to like not do the typewriter method on these. The next one is another Dimensions Gold Collection. This is a petite, what is this one called? Bayside Cottage. This is another one that I have in, that has pencil lines on it that I need to get out because you can see them through the stitched part up here. So we're gonna see if that soaking dish liquid situation works. The goal for this, right here, where this line is the half, like the top half of the project. So I want to get the cross stitch and back stitch done for the complete top half of the project and see if I can get anything done on the bottom half. I think I started this one in May, I think. Maybe not, maybe I started this in February. Dude, I can't remember. I've started and finished so many things, and then I've sort of kept track of things and then sort of not, so that'll be a future me problem when I try to get all of my ideas together for my end of year whip parade. Yeah, that'll be future me problem. So there's that one. Next one is also a Dimensions Gold Collection. No, everything's sold out. Where is, here you go. This one is Coffee Shop. I started this one in January. I do know that for sure. And last time I worked on it, I was working on some of the backstitch with it as well. The halfway part of this pattern is right here. So the goal is to get the cross stitch and the backstitch done for the halfway point of this pattern. But the backstitch on this just really does it for me. But there's also like 1,000 French knots in this. I don't know if you can tell. So maybe I'll work on doing French knots and we'll get really good at doing French knots. But anyway. What? What's wrong? He's so chatty. But anyway, I want to try to get this one at least halfway finished. Fully. So. What's wrong, baby? Yeah. Very vocal. These last two projects I had to add felt to because my 8x8 Q-snap, it was like slightly too small. Like the fabric was too small for it. But it worked a-okay. This next one I started last month. What is this one called? I keep forgetting. Diamond Quaker #2 by Tinsel Cross Stitch, I believe, on Etsy. Yes, this is the finished product. The colors on the paper look a lot brighter than they actually are. I'll show you the color palette. It's very much like a fall type palette, and this is not all of the colors. This is just what I had in stash that I pulled out. So they're very much muted, like fall type colors. This is stitched on white 40 count Verdal 1/2. I started this in September, did a full 5-day rotation on it, and that's where I ended up. I want to finish out this half of this Quaker and this one, and then see how far I can get on this one down here. So this one will be fun. I really like 1/1 stitching, or 1/2 stitching. It's just, the stitches look so neat, and they're so petite and tiny. It's very fun. And the back of this looks so good. There's just something about 1/1 that makes the back look really good. Or 1/2. I keep saying 1/1. I have never done 1/1 on anything higher than it, like an Ada. So there's that. This next project, I really don't know when I started it. Bean, when did I start? When did I start this one? Was it August? I think it was August. I did order the supplies in mid-August, according to what I wrote down. So I'm assuming I started this in August. But this is Sampler Mosaic Squares 108 from Stitch Mom Studio on Etsy. This looks so fun. I think I got like a couple days on this the last time I worked on it, and I just worked all the way across to make sure that I had enough fabric across. So we're just gonna see how far we can get this go around, but this is very fun. It's also stitched on 40 count, 1/2. These are the colors. There's like, what is that? 5 or 6 colors in this whole thing. So, that's about it. What else did I do this month? I did work on a crochet project, but I'm not gonna show it just yet because it's very close to a finish. But I found a spot where I accidentally cut the yarn when I was weaving in the ends. So a part in the center is falling apart, and the only way that I can think of fixing it is unattaching some pieces, because it's a pattern where you attach bigger pieces together. So it's an easy fix. But I don't know, I don't want to deal with it right now. My brain is like, I can't do anything. Like, it's on holiday mode right now. So I am gonna work on it again, probably this coming weekend. I try to work on it on weekends that I have to be at work. Just because it's like, I don't know, my brain is like, I'm already here on a weekend, like I don't want to, I don't know. So that was like a big crisis that maybe if it's still a problem, I'll show it next video. I'm sure it will be, because I don't want to deal with that. What else did I do? My church moved to a bigger location this month, so I spent some time cleaning and painting areas in the new church, and like just moving things in and getting everything set up. What else did we do? What did I do? We started real groups with church, and we're just going over a book about like being single, dating, engaged, and married, things like that. We just started doing that a couple weeks ago. So we're not super far into the book. We've only read like 1 chapter, so I'll let you know if it's good. And then this past Saturday, I actually went out and watched some of my friends from church are in a band, and I watched them play on Saturday night. I don't think I will be going out again by myself. Like, I met people there, but the walk to the venue was kind of nerve-wracking. So I try not to go outside alone or at night, ever. So we're just gonna wait for Nash to come home. But I see Nash in like, what is that, 28 days or so? We're meeting the day before Thanksgiving. And then he is officially home right before Christmas. So super excited about that. It's gonna be weird from being by myself for 7 months to him being here all the time. But I'm excited for it. Oh, Missy being so sleepy. He went from yelling at me to sleeping. He's ridiculous. But anyway, that's it. I haven't really done anything else as far as wedding planning goes. We do have some people from out of town that I'm gonna have to send like some accommodation paperwork to and let them know, like, you know, where the hotel block is and how far the closest airport is and things like that. So I haven't done any other wedding planning at all. I do have my save the dates and stuff, and I've given them out to a few people, but I'm still collecting addresses and things like that. So one of these days I'll get them all sent out. So yeah, that is about it. I haven't done much, and I'm probably not going to do much next month either. We're just gonna have Thanksgiving with my family before I go on my trip, and then Nash and I are gonna hang out, and then we'll be done with the month. That's usually how it goes. Time has been passing extremely quickly lately, and I think it's just like that end of the year effect or whatever, because January felt like it was 100 years long, and now it's like we're speeding towards the new year. But anyway, that is all I have for you guys. Hopefully I have these quail framed next video so that you guys can see them. Ooh, I am actually, my trip to around Thanksgiving is to Cincinnati, so I will be making a stop at Keepsakes, so you're probably gonna have a haul portion in the next video. So this will be my first time in Ohio, first time at Keepsakes, so we'll see if I don't bankrupt myself by buying things. So anyway, I hope you guys have a happy Halloween and get lots of candy, and a happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, friends.